Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Today we're over at Justin Yager shop, YagerLandService.com. As you guys know, I've started dipping my toes into the woodworking venture with JüdJöb Woodcraft, and Justin has some tools over at his shop that I don't normally have access to, like a 24-inch thickness planer, which is going to come really handy for some of the slabs I've got, because you guys know I go to Steve at Forest Tech Wood Products for most of my wood, but he only has a 14-inch planer. Justin having a 24-inch planer means I can plane things much wider, so I have some slabs that Steve couldn't mill down for me that I'll be able to mill here once I get the planer up to snuff. And you're going to see why I've got to do that in just a second. Follow me. I love telling you guys to follow me because, see, this is all an illusion. You're on a phone in a fixed tripod in a static state. You're in a position where I placed you to create the illusion that we're having a conversation. There's multiple cameras, but really it's just one old crappy phone on a tripod that I placed myself. But now have a look at this planer. Ain't she a beauty? Now, here's the problem. Well, problem number one, we've got a twist lock plug and a standard 3-prong 30 amp receptacle. So, step one is install twist lock receptacle. But then, you've heard of Rust-Oleum, more like Rusto, now I see him. Holy cow, that is a crunchy boy. So we gotta do something about that. And of course, not mandatory, but for extra credit, there's this broken roller and some rollers missing some screws. Got a loose bolt on this one. So might see if we can do something with that too. But first and foremost, we've got to take care of the electrical and then fix the rust. And if you're new here, you're probably wondering who I am. Well, don't tell anybody, but I've got the answer right inside here. Eh? Eh? Welcome back. Did you enjoy that intro? It's about time I make a new one, isn't it? So, we're looking for a 30 amp breaker. Good news, there's 4 of them. Don't worry, I brought my multimeter. Pro tip, which you saw me just use. If you're ever struggling to get the word from your brain to your mouth, just do a little hand percussion, cap it off with some finger guns, the word will come right to you. Set it to wombo, because this is a big boy. We got voltage. Okay. Let's see if we can get that down to 0. That's not the one. Oh, I think we found it. Okay. Oh, wow. We've got no slack in this thing. How did he even get it in there? This is how much slack the previous electrician left us to work with. Not cool. I may have to run new wire for this. Gosh dang it. Boy. That's not gonna reach. Follow me. There you are. Beat me to it. So I picked up 3 lengths of wire and some wire connectors. We're gonna cheat some jumpers in the box, and everything's still to code. We'll make sure that we strip our wires next to the box so we can throw all of our trash on the ground and leave it. Tips the pros don't want you to know. Just throw your trash wherever. Otherwise, it's not proper electrical work. Would have been funny if I nipped my finger just then, because these things are sharp, Daddy. Okay. Normally, I've got a tool that helps me pigtail these a little better. But I can do it by hand, it's fine. Do a little tug test to make sure everything's connected. Okay. Uno mas. Okay, we take Push our excess wire in and put her back where we found her. One 120. 240. Beautiful. All right, let's tackle this monstrosity. I've had good luck with this in the past. Wink by Rust-Oleum. Let's see what it do. May have to go down to 120 even. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side then. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about doing the rollers in there, just because I don't want that stuff going down inside the machine and screwing something up. I can do a light pass on them, but I just kind of rub that scour pad and yeah, don't drink. Right? Never anything good though, it seems like. All right, on the next one. If you're wondering what the racket is or why I probably won't be using audio for the rest of this to avoid copyright strikes, well, the boys are here. They're gonna be playing tonight. What's up, guys? All right, now that that's done, time to grease her up. All I'm doing here is applying some Minwax Paste Wax, hashtag not sponsored. This stuff is great in these applications. It not only protects against moisture, thusly preventing rustification, but it also adds an element of lubrication to the situation. That y'all didn't know Justin Yager could rock and roll! You gotta pay for your right! And now that I've done my obligatory social media thing for the week, I'm going to move the shaper out of the way to test the planer before realizing I've screwed up and gotten the wrong receptacle for it. Hooray! Son of a... We're going to try this again, but with the right receptacle this time. First, I'm going to check before I get my hopes up. Make sure I didn't get screwed again. This looks different. Yeah, there we go. Speed change. I'm sorry. I totally cut these on the track saw and forgot to hit record. I'm sorry. Totes didn't mean to, sorry. I'm gonna put my shop shades on real quick so my eyes will be protected and I'll have crystal clear vision. Today's kind of a bust because I forgot the cutting board and the hot pad that I really needed to be working on. And my boards got so twisted sitting at my house that now I need a sled to be able to plane them effectively. So really I'm just kind of wasting time and learning the machine today. It is what it is. No big deal. Try to find time to get over here soon and do it again. Oh, we gotta get this boy dust collector. Oh, she's windy, but she's still hot. Hi, welcome to day 2 at Yager shop. You know what? Wake up, sheeple. Don't believe the hype. This isn't my first time walking in the building today. Hell, I've been here probably a good 15, 20 minutes carrying stuff in and out, setting up the camera. Heck, if editing Rick will zoom out just a little bit, you can see where the bay door's already. Just think with your minds. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing the bit. I don't know what the bit's for. Just a bit. But as I said, after a week of immobility-inducing storms, there we go, I was finally able to drag my butt over here, a third of the way across the county to Mr. Yager's shop, because the storms have finally broke, but now we're starting a week-long heat wave here in Illinois with lows, overnight lows in the 80s. To give you an idea, I know some of our southern friends are probably like, especially our friends down there in Australia and New Zealand, like, crikey, 80? That's nothing, or however you talk. I'm not trying to be insulting. They say that imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. So, you know, blame it on the tism, whatever. The first official order of business today is getting this fan hooked up, because Mr. Yager doesn't exactly have a climate-controlled shop on this end of things. Oh, and I'm already sweaty. Already sweaty. Some air circulating and percolating. Circulating and percolating, you know how we do. I'm gonna pause for a bit while I get things set up, moved around. But order of business today is we have some fresh planer blades, and thankfully, happily, the whole purpose of my trip today was just to find out if we had a jig for setting the height of the blades, because if you don't have the tool that came with it or a replacement jig, you might as well forget about it. So happy to roll up, and Mr. Yager and his lovely wife Emily were already here, and he walked up and handed me this and said, "Look what I found," and I went, "Hooray!" and so much enthusiasm. But now I'm gonna move a few things around so I can establish that this is my corner. I want to localize my mess and the stuff that I'm leaving here, so I know he said I can use the shop, and we have an arrangement where I'm going to pay him so much to rent to help cover the electricity costs and for using his tools. But I'd still feel better if I just had my stuff as out of the way as possible. So I'm thinking just all along this wall where the planer already is going to be the Rick wall. Maybe that shaper over yonder, since neither me nor him are using it right now, get it out the way, and then put the planer as far this way as I can get it. I'm trying to keep all the dust in this direction since we don't have dust collection yet, and just kind of keep it in that corner. So we'll see what space and cordage will allow for. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. I've got to have these fans on, or I will literally cease to be. Thanks, Justin, for letting me use your centipede so I don't have to pack mine over here. So we have a situation. I, like many woodworkers and contractors and YouTube people, like to use this foam board insulation for a worktop. But I've never been able to find the crap anywhere where it's not perforated. They have these 3 cuts down there so you can break them into sections, which, you know, is handy for the contractor looking to insulate with it, but not for the contractor or woodworker looking to make a table out of it. It can be rather unfortunate, really. And none of our local suppliers sell solid polystyrene. Well, I had a thought, because they manufacture and sell specialized adhesive for material like this. So I submit that, much like gluing up a panel in the woodworking scenario, I can place this adhesive along these seams, allow it to cure, and then I should have one solid piece. There was, however, one small contingency. If you can't tell, this guy right here is missing a piece. Well, despite my best efforts on the drive over today, the wind did catch one. Even though I had my plywood sitting on top of it to prevent that from happening, somehow the wind still got a piece of it. So I'm gonna try to glue him back together too. Luckily, I've got more of the good stuff with me. Not great stuff, the foam's the good stuff. No, that might work too. I'll have to think about that. Some expansion foam. Nah, bad idea, Rick. But duct tape is what I meant by the good stuff. I really hope you guys can hear me. It's very loud in here. I've got 2 fans going. Hence the why I popped the windscreen on the old Microoni here. I don't know if this will be a Rick the Jerk video or a JüdJöb video. Probably a JüdJöb video because it pertains specifically and only to the woodworking stuff. Sorry to those of you that are following me on the JüdJöb channel, but I'm not going to put as much work into the edits as I do for the main channel, at least for the time being, because it's very time consuming and I don't have the time. I just wanted to be able to share this side of what I'm doing with you guys that want to see it, and to be able to tell the story of the pieces that I work on, like I said before, start to finish, you know, from when I pick them up at Steve's to maybe even if I can get some photos and videos from the customers after I sell a piece, tell their story all the way into that. She's an Yager gal. Yager little baby. There's our full piece. Okay. Let's make some magic! Gotta break it down to put it back together. I have to be a little more liberal than that. So I'm gonna let those dry while I go work on the planer now. It's happening! Almost done, finally! Okay, let's find out. No! No! You know, thankfully my eyes are protected with crystal, hang on. With crystal clear vision because my shop shades are never far behind wherever I'm at. But I learned my lesson last time about not having ear protection. What? They're still ringing. So, now let's go. This very well could explode. We won't know until I fire it up. Oh, it's so hot. Remember how loud this thing was last time I used it? This one's for longtime friend of the channel and #1 JüdJöb supporter, Dinosaur. You're a bunch of highly intelligent and attractive beings. I'm sure you figured out from that last clip that Dinosaur's trivet is not going to be the conclusion to this video like I was hoping. I wanted to finish her project as part of this video, but that's not going to happen now because her project is destroyed by both the machine and my bipolar disorder. So we will just do either Mike's cutting board, which will be made from one of these, or I'll conclude the video by wrapping these guys up, which I don't know if I want to do one giant cutting board or do 2 smaller ones. I'll have to poll the masses. But anyway, so I'm going to plane a few more things down, try to get an adequate one for Mike's project, and then we'll take that piece and this piece home to work on. Gotta get this bad boy shimmed up first though. So I was just going to throw my temper tantrum away and thought I'd at least point out that your boy's glue joint held. Let me highlight it for you. That's my glue line, and there's where it broke. So I mean, I may not always know what I'm doing, but sometimes I know what I'm doing. Oh hey, and I can use that to practice the wood burning on, since Dinosaur's piece is going to have a dinosaur scene burned on the back of it. I need to practice on some maple so I don't scorch the crap. So hey, not for nothing, right? It makes me so angry. It was almost perfect. right, that is a wrap for today, at least at Yager Shop. Thank you guys for sticking it out with me while I tried to figure out how this planer worked and get the blades changed for Justin and myself. So now hopefully we can both do a little board smoothing, if you know what I mean. It's literally smoothing upwards. I'm excited to get this stuff home and see if any of it's worth a damn. I'm worried about how much it moved. It's just from picking it up at Steve's to my house and then my house to here, all of which it was stored outdoors in neighboring counties in the exact same climate. It's still warped and twisted. Once I got it home or once I got it to Justin's shop, one or the other, I lost over half my material on these. These could have easily been 1.5 inch coffee tables. Now I'm gonna be lucky. I don't think that's even 3/4 inch. I don't think that's even 3/4 of an inch. But I'm hopeful they're salvageable. If nothing else, serving trays, I guess. But we do have the wild dinosaurs piece completely failed and had a catastrophic failure, and then I had a catastrophic failure about it. We still got the pattern cutting board. It came out pretty okay. And we have some usable pieces, and I think we have something that MJ will be happy with too. So see you guys back at the house for sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding. Hi, you can't see him yet, but today I'm finishing up MJ's beautiful walnut cutting board. That's going to be his first cutting board from us, and I'm finishing up Janice's pattern cutting board, ingrain cutting board. That is her second from us. Thank you both for your patronage. Janice, thank you for your continued patronage. I did not show the last, I put like, these had like 10 mineral oil treatments. The wood was so thirsty. I really needed to just make a tub and fill it with mineral oil and start dumping these and let them soak in it overnight, and then maybe that'll speed the process up, I think. But that's going to be expensive, like probably $200 worth of mineral oil to be able to do that, plus a tote that's the right size. But either way, neither here nor there. And then I don't think I filmed it. I went ahead and put a first coat of tried and true natural wood finish on those. I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat since this is they're being seasoned, basically. I want to build that finish up so they're more durable and will last you guys many years to come. It's kind of nice, I think. At first I was like, oh, it's sort of a bummer that I didn't get the videos done before somebody ordered these pieces, because I like the idea of them coming with their story. But I do also kind of like knowing who they're going to, so I can, it's a little more personal, I guess. Thinking about you guys while I'm making them puts a little more positive energy and intention into the boards, I think. So I'll let you see what I'm doing instead of continuing to do it off camera. But they've already been heavily seasoned until the boards would not take any more mineral oil. I let that sit overnight, and then yesterday I applied the first coat of tried and true. Like I said, it has to dry and cure for about 24 hours before you can put a second coat on. So that's what we're getting ready to do now. Burnishing with some 4/0 steel wool, both boards, and then we will apply the finish. All right, now we let them sit for 24 hours. Well, we let them sit for an hour, then we wipe off the excess, then they sit for 24 hours, and then they can ship. Okay, it's been just over an hour, so time to get these bad boys wiped down so they can dry and cure overnight and be ready to ship out tomorrow afternoon. All right, there they are. That's it. So now that these guys are done, just let them sit overnight, And tomorrow, probably around noon, they will be ready to go. Thank you guys so much for your purchases. And thank you for watching. Love you, bye. Mwah. All right, so after a week of sanding, oiling, and finishing, the cutting boards for Janice and MJ are ready to go. We're gonna ship those out today. Oh, don't mind this. You know what? I'm kind of a little bit happy that the planer and my temper destroyed Dinosaur's first board, because I had to go with plan B, and this one actually I think is going to turn out pretty cool. That's what I've got so far for her little dinosaur scene. But this is going to be a series of clouds with a giant meteor busting through the clouds, and I think it's going to play nicely with that live edge bark and stuff that she wanted. So happy that it came out that way. It'll be dinosaur seat on one side and then just nice pretty plain on the other for her to set her dishes and things on. It's gonna need a little bit more sanding, but there it is. I'll have that done in the next day or two, Dinosaur. Also, I'm okay with showing these because by the time this video comes out, Dinosaur, you should have had your piece for a couple weeks, because I'm actually several weeks ahead on editing. But AJ, we're gonna surprise her. AJ made her a little felt T-Rex and a little felt Brontosaurus that we're gonna sneak in the box when we ship it to her. Got our boxes. Packing materials. And of course, I've got my tape gun, my scale, and the very important old candle. And you'll see why this is important in a moment. It is unfortunate I can't yet afford proper shipping materials, so I have to use contractor stuff. I've got some bubble wrap insulation over here and some floor padding that you're supposed to use for like plank flooring. And this is actually painter's paper, automotive paper. I'll be using to wrap the pieces in. Oh, it's so pretty. Just, would you look at that? Just look at it. Look at those glue lines. Not bad for my first one, eh? Not bad. And here's why the candle's important. Because I cannot read the screen with the boxes sitting flat on the scale. But if I put something on there to elevate the box, then I can read it. Maybe. 95.2 ounces. I can't convert that mentally to pounds, but there you go. Now we do MJ's. So there you have it, front to back, how these two cutting boards. I wanted it to be the dinosaur one to end the video, but it's gonna have to be MJ's and Janice's. So that's the whole process from me working on them at that, well, you didn't see me working on them at the house, but you saw the end result there, where, I guess not entirely start to finish, but you get the idea. You saw most of the process. Sorry this was kind of a lame video. I don't have a whole lot to do right now, other than Cherry Street stuff. Thanks for hanging out. And remember that we're all going through battles every day, inside our minds and bodies that other people can't see, and some that other people can't even fathom. That's why it's important for us to choose kindness and practice it in all of our affairs, because we never know when something that we say or do could be somebody's last straw, or it could be their saving grace. Remember to choose wisely. I'm glad you guys do. I'm proud of you. If nobody else has told you today, me and Grouchy Larry over there want to let you know that you are doing a good job. I love you, bye. What do you want for breakfast, Larry?
JüdJöb, Daddy.
Thank you, baby.